that this individual went on a rampage for as long as he did, and God bless law enforcement because they showed up to engage this individual. But there was a very scary 6 minutes as he went, from the time that he stole one vehicle and from the time that he was indiscriminately, as he was driving, just shooting out of his truck window, according to law enforcement and local media, and then engaging a woman as she was walking her child to school. And at all of this point, even at the times that he got out of his vehicle to engage others, he rammed one of the stolen vehicles through the school's locked gates, Dan, and he was trying to access the classrooms, but thankfully he was prevented in doing so. And I can't help but wonder at that particular moment, there are many instances which if civilians were trained and they could engage him, they could have perhaps incapacitated him earlier, because law enforcement, average response time 20 minutes. We love our law enforcement, but they're not magical. They can't operate and just be right at your side at a moment's notice.
Right. And Dana, I mean, it's even been determined by the courts that police officers are not your personal security force. I know that's strange to hear, but they are law enforcement. They're there to enforce the codes, violations, and laws of the particular entity they work for. They are not your personal security force. They're not. You cannot dial 911 today. Anyone watching this broadcast and say, hey, you know what? I think my house may get burglarized tomorrow. Why? I don't know. I just feel unsafe. Can you come and put a car outside of my house? They're not going to do that. That's not what they're there for. They're there to enforce the laws. They're not your personal security force. You are your personal security force. And that's another thing, I think in my experience with the Secret Service that I find really frustrating. It's like the rules for the elites don't really matter when it comes to us and our kids. Like we guard our elites with appropriately trained men and women with firearms. Yet when it comes to schools and churches and you bring up the very idea of, well, maybe we should have a trained person with a firearm, they look at you like you're Medusa. Like, are you crazy? That's just an astonishingly stupid idea. Why? I don't understand what's wrong about it. I mean, you're not going to engage the wolves of society with talk and trying to talk them off the ledge. That guy involved in this incident clearly should have not been in possession of a firearm.